The renowned musical A Chorus Line is a musical that provides a glimpse into the lives of Broadway dancers as they auditioned for spots on A Chorus Line. It's also marked as the turning point in Broadway's representation of diverse identities, specifically in the LGBTQ community. A Chorus Line, the 1975 musical, emerged during a tumultuous period marked by the Vietnam War, Watergate, and multiple social movements. It celebrated the struggles of everyday individuals, particularly 17 Broadway dancers vying for a spot on a chorus line. Their personal stories unfold on a bare stage, captivating audiences and igniting interest in theater and fashion. Welcome to today's episode of History Behind the Musical, where we're talking about the influential show A Chorus Line. This is a special Pride series for Pride Month as we focus on shows that focus on LGBTQ characters. So, I hope you enjoy, and let's get started. In the 1970s, a choreographer named Michael Bennett was invited to a gathering of a group of professional dancers in a New York City studio. Though Bennett was initially invited to the session as an observer, he soon took charge. Out of these sessions, which was 20 hours of taped sessions of the Broadway dancers, a musical was formed, A Chorus Line. Bennett co-choreographed and directed the production. Since his start as a dancer in Broadway musicals in the 1960s, Bennett had long imagined a show about dancers, a tribute to those who rarely receive any acknowledgement in their passion and their talent. He wanted to explore their personal experiences, their struggles, and their dreams as performers. These intimate conversations form the basis for what will become A Chorus Line. Bennett taped the conversations and collaborated with Nicholas Dante to write A Chorus Line. The musical is set on a bare stage in a Broadway theater. Following several workshops and an off-Broadway production, A Chorus Line opened in the Shubert Theater on Broadway on July 25th of 1975. Directed by Bennett, co-choreographed by Bennett and Bob Alvin. Music by Marvin Hamlisch, lyrics by Edward Kleben, and a book by James Kirkwood Jr. and Nicholas Dante. The play revolves around the 17 Broadway dancers who were vying for that role in the chorus line. The musical opens during an audition for a fictional Broadway show. Director Zach, based on Bennett himself, puts the dancers through rigorous auditions. Director Zach and choreographer Larry put the 24 dancers through a multitude of paces. After cuts, they have 17 dancers remaining. Zach's goal in these auditions, as he's whittling down the contestants, is to elicit a personal history from each person. How they got into show business, why they became dancers, their hopes, their fantasies, their aspirations. He calls upon them each individually. They react in a multitude of ways, from bravado to shyness to fear. From childhood on, their memories emerge, blending in a seamless series of musical numbers and monologues, some humorous. Zach seeks an 8-member dancing chorus with 4 boys and 4 girls. And as the dancers share their stories, we learn about their lives, aspirations, and most importantly, their vulnerabilities. The individuals pour their hearts out in song, spoken word, and dance routines as they reveal their ability to perform as a faceless drill team. The audience, as well as Zach, gets to know each of these ambitious entertainers individually. So by the time it's all over, we can empathize with each character and even choose a favorite as we root for them because we know they all need the job. A Chorus Line was a groundbreaking show for its candid portrayal of LGBTQ+ characters. Paul, one of the dancers, reveals his struggle with his sexual identity during the show. His monologue, The Music in the Mirror, is a powerful moment that resonated with audiences. At the time, LGBTQ+ representation was scarce. The storyline was both brave and essential. Paul was portrayed by Sammy Williams. Paul was openly gay, and his monologue candidly expressed his struggles with that sexual identity. By presenting a gay character in a mainstream Broadway production, the musical provided both visibility and authenticity. When Paul revealed his sexual orientation to the theater in that first show, there was a palpable tension. Some audience members held their breath, trying to figure out how exactly the scene would unfold, fearing it wouldn't go exactly the way it should. The silence spoke volumes. It was pivotal and courageous. The scene did not, thankfully, go in the wrong direction and hit all the right notes. People in the community especially felt inspired and were encouraged through watching this classic musical. The musical also challenged stereotypes associated with dancers. Before A Chorus Line, LGBTQ characters were often relegated to minor roles or caricatures, and it was also thought that all male dancers must be gay or all dancers must be soft. But A Chorus Line showed us that none of these things are true. Dancers are people, like all the rest of us, who just love to dance. Paul's storyline went beyond stereotypes, portraying a complex individual with hopes, fears, dreams, and a life. This portrayal challenged preconceptions about gay characters. It humanized them, showing their fears, insecurities, and history. And by doing this, it shattered this notion that dancers are glamorous, one-dimensional performers. A Chorus Line opened at the Shubert Theater July 25, 1975, and audiences were captivated by its raw honesty and relatable characters. The musical dominated the 1979 Tony Awards, winning a Pulitzer Prize for Drama, 9 Tonys, and a New York Drama Critics Circle Award. Some of the awards it won were Best Musical, Best Book of a Musical, Best Original Score, Best Direction of a Musical, and Best Choreography. Its success was unprecedented. The original Broadway production ran for an astonishing 6,137 performances, and it surpassed Grease as the longest-running show on Broadway history at the time, until Cats surpassed it in 1997. A Chorus Line became a global phenomenon with successful productions worldwide. Its influence extended beyond Broadway, inspiring countless performers and creators. It demonstrated that Broadway could be a platform to be authentic for people in the queer community, and paved the way for future productions to explore diverse sexual identities and characters. It shattered barriers by presenting a gay character in a mainstream Broadway show in an important role. And for some viewers, this was the first time they'd ever seen an authentic portrayal of an LGBTQ community member. It marked a turning point in Broadway. After the performance, many theaters had discussed Paul's story, sharing their own personal experiences, and bringing those conversations beyond the theater. Paul's storyline obviously sparked a range of emotions from empathy to applause, and probably also anger for some other people, and is a testament to the power of theater. A Chorus Line is not only entertaining, but contributes to inclusion. It's an influential musical that captures the dreams and struggles of dancers in the competitive world of Broadway. Its legacy endures, and its influence continues to shape the world of musical theater. It reminds us that all artists, dancers, actors, or musicians share a common struggle. We're all just human. Well, that's all I have to say about A Chorus Line. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos just like this one. And of course, until next time, that's all. Bye.